Hey, shalom everyone, this is Chris Shoemaker, also known as Yehuda Ben Shomer, and welcome to the Daily Drosh. Today's Daily Drosh is taken from Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 65 through 67, and I'm going to be reading from the New International Version. And it says, "Among those nations you will find no repose, no resting place for the sole of your foot. There the Lord will give you an anxious mind, eyes weary with longing, and a despairing heart. You will live in constant suspense, filled with dread both night and day, never sure of your life. In the morning you will say, 'Oh, if only it were evening,' and in the evening, 'If only it were morning,' because of the terror that will fill your hearts and the sights that your eyes will see." This passage in Deuteronomy chapter 28 is right after God gives the children of Israel all the curses and all the consequences of disobeying his commandments, disobeying his laws, disobeying his instructions. Now, God has given us his Torah as an instruction manual for life. And if we follow it and we walk in the footsteps of Yeshua our Messiah by walking and following in the Torah, keeping the Torah as he did to the very best of our ability, life is going to go a lot smoother. It's going to be like a well-oiled, tuned-up machine. Have you ever had like a really old car, a really sketchy car, and maybe you didn't take care of it like you should? I mean, heck, every once in a while, it needs an oil change. Every once in a while, it needs new brakes and rotors. Every once in a while, you got to change the tires, right? You can't let them go bald. You got to fill it up with gas or you're going to be stranded on the side of the road. You've got to get a tune-up every now and then, change the spark plugs and change the fan belts and whatever. But have you ever had one of those cars that you really didn't take care of? It was an old car on its last leg. And I'm telling you, these verses in a very loose way kind of apply. You were living in suspense for your life. Oh, if only I can get home. And then, when you're home, oh, if only I can get to work tomorrow. If only the car will let me get to work tomorrow. And if you don't take care of the car and you don't follow the instruction manual given to the car, because it gives you a checklist. These are the times when you should change the oil. These are the times when you should rotate your tires. And, it gives you a checklist, a maintenance checklist, in order to keep your car in good, smooth running, operating, working order and condition. So, if you don't follow the instruction manual, you're just going to live a miserable life with that car. And if you get a next car and don't follow the instruction manual, history's just going to repeat itself. So, a lot of times Protestant Christianity looks at God's laws and God's rules as a bondage, as a rain on the parade, as a party pooper, when in actuality it's instructions to keep us safe, to keep us happy, to help us and allow us to prosper. And in future episodes of the Daily Drosh, we're going to explore how keeping God's instructions it leads to a prosperous life. It's for our advantage, not for our disadvantage. It's to propel us forward, not to hold us back. So, if you're having a difficult time or a bad time in your life where things just seem to be falling apart all around you and things seems not to be working right, have a spiritual maintenance checklist. Say, am I walking in the footsteps of Yeshua our Messiah by walking and following in the Torah? Am I keeping the commandments and loving the Lord my God with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving my neighbor as myself, and just joyfully and willfully, keeping God's laws and instructions, because I know they're for my good, they're for my benefit. It's just like a young child. When I was young, my mom and dad had all these rules. I thought they were dumb, thought they were stupid, didn't think they knew what they were talking about. I thought they were just out to ruin my day and to squash my fun, that they would get up every morning and as soon as their feet hit the ground out of the bed, they're like, how can I make my child's life miserable today? What can I do to hold my child back? And sometimes we have that same outlook on God when God loves us and only wants the best for us and wants to propel us forward and to succeed. But in order to do that, we've got to follow his advice. We've got to follow more than his advice. We've got to follow his instructions, his laws, his commandments. They're there for our good. Hey guys, go out there and make the best of your day. Shalom, Shavua Tov.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out and subscribe to our social media accounts. On Instagram at AD_International, on Facebook at Abraham's Descendants International, on Twitter at ADINT Ministries, and on Blogger at Ray Bash's Ramblings. And don't forget to check out and bookmark our website, abrahamsdescendants.com. Shalom.